There had been a number of incidents of concern which had happened on the line of actual control in the past few days. We will discuss some of these. There is a report, principally by a statement by the Western Theatre Command spokesperson of the People's Liberation Army PLA, that there was a firing incident on the line of actual control south of the Pangong Tso. Indian sources have yet to give any indication or confirmation of the same. Nevertheless, this underlines India's specific position that disengagement and de-escalation should take place at the earliest. This is important because those troops who are on the front line, they are likely to be under tremendous pressure, especially at night, and hence there could be a possibility of attempted intrusions by the Chinese, which has led to this firing, though I believe the firing has been in the air, so to that extent there has been a degree of caution imposed. Having said that, it needs further emphasis that the earlier troops disengage both north of the Pangong Tso as well as south of the Pangong Tso. It would be very much in the interest of both sides and resolve this through dialogue, the process of which on the military level is ongoing. China's claim that it does not recognize Arunachal Pradesh, which is a bona fide state of India, has come about since the year 2006. This was the first time when the Chinese said that they also claim Arunachal Pradesh as South Tibet. It is not surprising that during the current phase of India-China standoff, which is ongoing in eastern Ladakh, the Chinese have chosen to bring about this issue to the forefront. But the Chinese know very well their position on the Indian side, and having said that, it should be the endeavor of both sides now to try to resolve the boundary issue at the soonest, rather than allowing it to further proliferate in many ways which are undesirable. There is already ongoing escalation, de-escalation cycle which is there in eastern Ladakh. Disengagement process has remained not much effective. Forward movement is lacking. Now, if you look at Arunachal Pradesh also, it should be the endeavor now to ensure that we do not reach such a stage in this area. The abduction of 5 youth from Arunachal Pradesh in the Daparuju sector is indeed very unfortunate. It is very well likely that this has been done by the Chinese border forces in that area. There have been past instances when such a thing has happened, when the locals have gone in either to carry out the collection of firewood or for hunting purposes in the border areas. They have been abducted by intrusion by the Chinese border forces in this area. It is hoped that the Chinese take note of the Indian appeal which has been made on the hotline to them and release these persons at the earliest, so that another point of tension which has unnecessarily, I would say, arisen at this point when India-China relations appear to be in a very hot mode, so to say, does not arise and further implications from this are avoided. Whatever be the political differences between India and China on the boundary issue, it has been decided that this will not affect the population in the border areas. So under the circumstances, if the Chinese have abducted these 5 people, then I think it is violation of another agreement between the two sides, which is now related to Arunachal Pradesh as well.